conditioning. Go ahead.
All right, welcome in the Grit Gym. Let's talk about strength. We're talking about strength training today. Strength training programs are not all created equal. A lot of people like to think that they are. It's like, is it that simple? Is it just as simple as coming in and hitting some bis and tris and walking out? Is it about hitting some heavy squats? Did it go well? Yeah, good deal. If you're just coming on, please share out. Please share all of your friends. Some people have asked us, is it a bad deal? One of your friends tell us a little bit about the social media. Well, to be perfectly, I don't know a lot about social media, but I do know that this thing is enormous. There is no way that you can annoy all your friends too much because you're really into something. It would be like spitting in the ocean for you to share this, but it helps us out a ton because it gets your other friends in here. So please share the video out. Let everybody that you know in on the call. Where's my phone? Do you know? Where did I put it? That's funny. So today we're talking about strength. Are all strength training programs created equal? And no, I can tell you they are not. They are not all created equal. There are vast differences in the game. There's a lot of theories out there right now. There's very, very, very few that have a proven track record that are just absolutely that are just on point. Louis Simmons is doing a good job. Basically, all he did was he took what the Russian day that they're still doing, that everybody's still doing. So when the Berlin Wall fell, a huge flood of information came over from the Eastern Bloc. Okay, all this stuff, like the United States very quickly figured out that we were like 250, 300 years behind everybody over there. So no wonder we were getting our butts kicked in the Olympics because they were basically professional athletes. They just weren't getting paid the way that our athletes get paid. So our athletes were having to have jobs and weren't exposed to the good training methods that they were using. Now, when that happened, this huge flood of information came over. It was in a different language, and we were rushing to get what they were doing, and we put it into practice. We put it into practice. But I think from you study enough of this stuff, you will see that we put it into practice in a very, very poor way. We put it into practice in a way that it's not conducive what strength actually is. We basically took what they were doing with their Olympic lifters and we applied it to every single sport, but we didn't change it to apply to every single sport. We just did the exact same thing. So in the United States, we use the basics of an Olympic lifting. And what that is the Olympic lifts are the clean, the jerk, and the snatch. That's all they are. That's all they are. The sport is based on those three things. Nothing else. No other lift is an Olympic lift. Bench press is not an Olympic lift. Squats aren't an Olympic lift. Deadlifts are not an Olympic lift. And anybody that tells you that a clean is basically a deadlift, they are incorrect. That is not accurate whatsoever, even slightly. A deadlift and a clean are very different things. So if you're just coming into this, please share out. Please share out to everybody that you know. We haven't done a lot of these talks in strength and conditioning. Or we've done a few talks on conditioning, but we've done very few on strength, probably one of my stronger topics to be able to advise people on. I don't know why it's taken that long. I think some of it is the first topics that I really wanted to get out there were getting out of your own way so that you can experience your life the way that you want to. The life you deserve. You deserve it. And I think that's something that a lot of people have trouble admitting, that they deserve the life that they want. You deserve to have the life that you want to experience. I don't care what it is, like you want to be a millionaire, you want to have a six-pack, you want to be able to bench 500 pounds. You deserve that life. Put that through your head that you deserve it, and good things are going to happen. But today we're talking about strength. Are all strength programs created equal? Because they're not. They're not even close. And I'm not even really going to get into the Olympic lifting thing. We're gonna try to stay away from that, but that is kind of the status quo in the United States right now, is Olympic lifts. Everybody does the clean, the snatch, and the jerk, and they think that that's how your program should be run. Now, I run into people every once in a while that they're like, you don't think that squats are an Olympic lift? Squats are not an Olympic lift. This is a person that just has no clue what they're talking about. The Olympic lifts are the clean, the jerk, and the snatch. But what people are really screwing up that in the strength training program are basically you fall into 3 categories. You don't lift at all, you lift way too light, or you lift way too heavy. And I get like what goes through a lot of people, then how are you supposed to lift? If you lift too light, you lift too heavy, or you don't lift at all, then what are you supposed to do? You know, are you saying that, am I saying that you should just do cardio? No. We don't hold on to strength or speed very well, so we need to practice these more. We hold on to endurance extremely well. You know, we'll hold on to speed for about 3 to 5 days. We'll hold on to a strength for maybe, you know, a week to 2 weeks, to endurance for an extremely long period of time. We'll hold on to our glycolytic alactic, that'd be like your interval, your circuit training, for about 3 to 4 weeks, but we'll hold on to our endurance for almost 2 months. You know, you can almost lay on and not change your endurance capacity, your capacity to go for long distances. Jogging or biking will not change, and that's 30 days. Something to think about. So what do we need more of? We don't need more endurance. We need more strength. We need more speed. We need more power. Power would be moving lightweights fast. Strength would be moving heavyweights slow. And speed would be lightning fast movements, as fast as you can possibly go. Now, if we're talking about strength, like all strength programs are not created equal. I guarantee you that all strength programs are not created equal. Go on to teenagebuilding.com, go into all these different websites. You're going to see tons of different programs. You know, I rarely see one that is even remotely close to being even slightly good. I mean, for the most part, they're junk. And most of the time, they're fitting into one of 2 categories. They're either going too light or they're going way too heavy. Or they have terrible exercise prescription, or they're trying to do too much with too little, or too little with too much. Simple usually wins out. Now, the people who are doing it, like Cressy is doing a good job. Boyle is doing a pretty decent job. Even though he loves the Olympic lifts, I still think he's doing a pretty good job because he keeps people healthy. You know, I cannot argue with people just staying healthy, which most of our strength training programs right now are not doing. But what do? So it's understandable that people would have some kind of like some fears around, or they wouldn't feel welcome to the strength game. You know, like if you go to your typical big box gym, the strength training portion is not exactly welcoming, even to other dudes, let alone other females. You know, it's basically a bunch of machismo bullshit, dudes trying to testosterone up, picking their back knee in the mirror. It's dumb. Like like I worked at these gyms before. I know how this goes. You show up. This is what almost everybody does. They show up to the gym and they're like, oh, what should I do today? What should I do today? And that's like, you should have a plan very well established before you walk into the gym. You should not walk in there not knowing what to do. Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster, because in the days that you feel good, you're going to do way too much. And the days that you don't feel good, you're going to walk around and waste an hour. And then you're going to go home. You're not going to get a workout. You have to have some kind of plan walking in, and most people are not doing that. Most people don't have a plan to begin with. Please say hi. Please say hi in the comments below. Let us know that you're here. I can't actually see who's here. I can just see a number at the top. And if you share it out, I'd super appreciate it. All your friends can join in. We can make this kind of a community thing. Share the experience that you want to live, and hopefully this helps. This is the experience that I want to live. I want to help people. You know, like, it's a selfish endeavor for me to help people. It's helping people. Helping others does help me. If you do ask a question, it's going to be 45 seconds before I see it pop up on my feed. So just be patient, please. But please share out. Please tell everybody that you know. Send it in a direct message to every single person. But hit share, hit public, and then go back in and share every one of them. I hope that every single person in the world gets exposed to Grit Gym every single day. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? What kind of world would we live in? Grit Gym had that kind of reach. But anyway, we're talking about strength, and the question is, are all strength programs created equal? And if you've done a a strength training program in the past, tell us what you think about it in the comments below. But yeah, you hold on to speed for about 3 to 5 days. You hold on to strength and power for a little less than 2 weeks. You hold on to your alactic glycolytic circuit training type stuff. It's more of an endurance or cardio capacity. And you hold on to that for maybe a little less than a month, 3 to 4 weeks, but you hold on to endurance for an extremely long period of time. So this is why strength matters so much. We have to maintain this. And I think that what you're seeing right now with like the mile record, 100-meter record being broken recently, the marathons are just getting torched. Swimming is going to be the next big sport that everything, like swimming there will be more records broken in swimming than any other sport within the next 10 years. I guarantee you that everything that Phelps is setting right now gets smashed, gets demolished because their training is so underdeveloped. So their training methods are going to improve greatly, and they won't be reliant on just these freaks of nature that come out every now and then like Phelps. So if we don't hold on to speed and we don't hold on to strength and power, but we do hold on to endurance, do you need the volume and the crazy amount of running and jogging that has been poured down your throat for the last 30, 40 years? Like, do you? Like, real question. No, you don't. You need speed and you need power and you need strength. It matters. But how you get that strength also matters. Also, if you can continue to progress, that matters too. Because if you're just stuck at a number over and over and over and over and over again, that's no good. So what I noticed, this was kind of like, I'd done all of this research on strength and conditioning. I'd hung out with a lot of football players, trained Division I football players, been a collegiate athlete, been in the weight room with a bunch of guys. We did the typical United Olympic lifting regimen that everybody does that doesn't work. It works to a certain extent, but it doesn't work well. And the reps to failure. We did reps to failure, and that's what everybody's doing. Basically, they're lifting too heavy all the time. They're basically trying to go until they can't go anymore, and then they stop lifting. It's like, oh, that was too much weight. If you do that, your body doesn't it doesn't have time to learn. Your body's trying to learn this strength game, because strength is really, and this is the big concept of this video. Strength is a practice. It is not you just kind of have it or you don't have it. Strength is a practice. So when we put an imposed demand on your body, so let's use a squat. We're going to use a squat, and we put an imposed demand on your body. It can be squat, bench press, deadlift, 2 dumbbell bench press, row, Turkish get up. Doesn't matter what it is. You put an imposed demand on your body, and your body says, okay, well, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to give you what you asked for. So I'm going to give you a little extra strength, and I'm going to give you maybe a little extra muscle, but I'm also going to dampen your nervous system. See, the strength is already within you, and that sounds all like metaphorical and deep and nice and fluffy, but I'm dead serious here. Like this is okay. This is a mental thing. I mean, your nervous system literally stops you from being able to do stupid stuff, essentially, like picking up 600 pounds. Why do you need to pick up 600 pounds? Well, you really don't, but it does help us to be stronger in our lives. So if we continue to get stronger, good things happen. So why would your nervous system to lift 600 pounds if you can do it right now? So that you don't get injured. Your nervous system getting injured. So when you strength train, your body gives you 2 things. It gives you some physical properties. It says, okay, I'll give you some muscle, and I'll give you a little extra strength to do this, but then I'm also system down so that you can lift more weight. So there's 2 things going on there, one up and one down. Now, where was I going with that? I don't even remember. You guys got on a tangent there. I got off of my notes, and then I lost track of what I was saying. If you guys write in and tell me what I was talking about, maybe I'll remember. But so your body is learning how, it's a practice. Your body is learning how to deal with this. And if you stay at these really crazy maximal loads all the time, where you're lifting too heavy, you're just trying to max out every single day, your body doesn't have time to learn. It doesn't know what to do with that. It's just like, hey, knock it off. And if you keep doing that, I'm going to set your ass down because I'm going to give you an injury. I'm going to give you some pain. If you don't start listening, your body is going to give you back something else besides what you're asking for. You know, like the little kid who just gets annoying, and basically finally gets what they wanted, but maybe they wanted so pissed off that he just grabs a candy and throws it in the kid's face, versus the kid asked nicely and got it through persuasion. You want so strength is much more of a practice where you're coaxing the body to give you what you want. Okay, it's not you're forcing your body into submission to be able to get stronger. Taking off. Brent's behind the camera. If you guys didn't know, you want to step on here and say hi. You can when you step back. So, strength is a practice. This is the big concept that I want to get across to the world. Strength and beating the shit out of your body. That doesn't do anything good. There's nothing good about that. Like that's just putting your body through a meat grind. There's nothing good there. Do not do that. Strength programs are not created equal. Plans are not created equal. Everything should be individualized and tailored to your body to a certain extent. It's not like you got to reinvent the wheel, but at the same time, my body is going to be completely different than a 5'4", 55-year-old woman with 4 kids that has never lifted a day in her life. It's different. It's going to be different. Well, I mean, like maybe all things are possible and our programs could be exactly the same. Who knows? But if you guys are just coming in, please share this video out. Tell all your friends about it. Then all your friends will come in and comment, and you'll be able to go back and forth on them and tell them everything that you know about strength and that you learned from this. And if you guys got anything from any of the videos you've gotten so far, please share this, write a little post and say what you got so I can go through and I can look at it, because that's a nice feel-good thing for me. I like it. I like it very much. But if you think of strength like a practice, okay, how would you practice if you're a head coach of a football team? What are you going to do? Are you going to go in and you're just going to go live goes every single day? You're like, okay, guys, line up, go as hard as you possibly can. A team versus A team, A team offense versus A team defense. You're just going to pound it out for 2 hours. Then we're going to go hit the showers and get something to eat. Is that what you would do? No, of course not. But that's what almost everybody that lifts heavy is doing in the weight room, and they're wondering why they get injured, and they're wondering why their numbers aren't going up, or they're wondering why their bodies just feel like crap. Right? What would you do? What would you do with a football team? You'd probably run some drills. You'd probably do some type of walkthrough. You'd probably do some situational type stuff. You'd practice against the practice team that isn't as quite as your A team. Maybe like 4 plays out of the week at the end of the week, you would do some live goes on a Friday night before you played Saturday morning. And they wouldn't be that super intense. You wouldn't even have just to see full speed. And that's all you would do. It's very rare that we would be putting up this max weight, maybe once every other month. It's very, very rare. The body doesn't like submitting into gaining strength. The body wants to be coaxed. You want to practice strength. So max loads, no good. The machismo bullshit that you guys see from dudes who are in the weight room, area, that doesn't happen at Grit Gym, by the way. There's like if any group has the ability to, or that has the demographic.
Hey everybody.
Everybody say hello.
Hello, Brent.
You got any words on strength?
Words on strength.
When more brute force isn't enough, just add more brute force.
Just work harder.
Just work
If
harder.
it's not working, you got to work harder. If it hurts, you got to fight through the pain. No, that's not true. Don't do that.
Pain is weakness leaving the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, pain is pain.
How many people have that shirt with that quote on it?
I actually have a shirt with that quote on it. I like it a lot.
So does Allison.
No, good. Have you guys ever heard that quote, that pain is weakness leaving the body? Pain is a very real thing. Pain is a construct your body uses to get you to stop doing whatever it is you were doing. You know, so you create the pain so that you'll stop. You need to listen to pain. Pain is a very good thing. The grind is a totally different deal. Sometimes you just got to go for it. Joanne says, hello, Brent, with an exclamation point behind it. So I didn't animate that very well.
Where was Joanne this morning? let's riddle me that. How
We
long
do
does
it-
it take
we-
for
we're
the
gonna-
response to come?
45 seconds.
45 seconds?
45 seconds is a long time on these things, though.
Tell her I'll wait the 45 seconds. It's a good, there better be an excuse, a good excuse.
Maybe. But I'll tell you when there is. Yikes.
Who's that?
Amanda. She's so funny. Yeah, the group that can benefit the most from strength training, in my opinion, this is kind of arguable, but from my opinion, is females. And the females are shunned out of the weight room. Joanne goes, who? What?
All right.
I don't know.
Tell her I'll see you Friday, Joanne.
He says that he will see you on Friday.
Or tomorrow morning, actually.
Thursday morning. Today's Wednesday, right? Today's Wednesday, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, the group that has the most to gain from the strength game is females. But we shun them out of the way. They get shunned out of the weight room, which is dumb. Think that that's like their territory. And then society tells you if you grab a dumbbell, you're going to be huge. Well, we absolutely know that is not the case. Then they say you better not be strong because you're supposed to be weak and female. Also bullshit. Especially if you know the women in my life. You know, like Wonder Woman's about to come out. Rach and I went to go see Beauty and the Beast this weekend, which was actually really good. I don't like musicals. I never have. Like, I am not usually your like typical dude in a lot of scenarios, but when it comes to movies, I like dude movies. We went to Beauty and the Beast, and it was really good. But in the previews, starting fresh tomorrow, that way, Joanne. Kicking stuff. Taking names, kicking stuff. Yeah. I think was that supposed to be buff or butt, or was it stuff? The Beast and the Wonder Woman trailer came on. It was awesome, and all I could think was the massive amount of respect I have for the women in my life. You know, I am surrounded by these extremely strong-willed, powerful females who give me lesson after lesson after lesson, not in the way that you would think, like forcing it down my throat. They're just doing it by example. You know, you want to work with a group of really strong, go work with them who are tough as nails, especially the ones at Grid Gym. But then mostly I was thinking of my mom. You know, my mom is a juggernaut. She just can steamroll. She's amazing. Somehow she does it with like this like grace and like she's just like floating through it and makes it look effortless. I don't know how she does it because to me like she does and it just seems like how you do that? How you even do that? That would take like every ounce of energy that I possibly have. And even then, I'd want to go cry in the corner and take a nap, you know, and play by myself for 3 weeks. Jesus than I am, but anyway. But I'm watching it, and I'm like the amounts that what this movie could potentially stand for, and I hope it's good because of what I'm about to say, but what this movie could stand for, what Wonder Woman could stand for, and I'm not talking necessarily about the bullshit feminism that has been happening that is not feminism. That's not like some of the bullshit feminism stuff. It's not real feminism. That's just people wanting to be victims of a scenario. I'm talking about like the really strong women, the women who are willing to stand up and lead by example and say like it is a good thing to be strong. It's a good thing to show the world what we really have been all these years. It's a good thing to provide an example that they can stand up and they can be whatever they want in this world. They can be strong. They can lift weights. They can have a strong opinion, you know, that they can voice it. I think there's going to be some big things happen in the coming years. And I'm not talking about all that other crap that, you know, like the traffic lights that are supposed to have a skirt. Like, who cares? Why couldn't it be a pantsuit? You know, like it's just somebody wanting to complain. But I think like we push women out of the scenario where they could get massive benefits. Strength training is massively beneficial. Strength training is massively beneficial for females from a hormonal perspective, from just a physical aging perspective. You know, your human growth hormone goes up, which sounds kind of bad, sounds kind of dangerous, but stick with me. Human growth hormone makes your joints feel a lot better. It also pulls your skin tighter to your face so you feel and look younger. Your testosterone goes up just a little bit, but in a healthy way, in a good way. You want that little bit of your body regulates much better. Your food goes more likely than going to your fat when you lift weights. It is better on your joints. It is better for your longevity. It is better from every single possible angle that you look at. Strength training is massively better, and it's too bad we push them out of there because it's good stuff. Especially when it's done by these dudes who are just it's the most insecure guy in the world that you can imagine usually. I mean, and don't get me wrong, like I know a lot of powerlifters who are awesome dudes. I know a lot of powerlifters that are awesome dudes that are just like the goofiest guys. They don't care. They're just like, hey, you know, you want to be strong? Like, let's do this, you know? They're just excited about it and they want to go. And then there's other guys that are like, oh, I'm not going to listen to anybody. I'm big and strong. I can do what I want. Yeah, it's dumb. But anyway, why do certain people's strength training programs not work? I'm going to read. Joanne says, I'm amused when I'm not even pre-reading what Joanne says because I love it. Just about everything that she writes. Just about anything. I don't think there's anything Joanne has ever written where I wasn't just like, yeah, you are a boss. She says, I'm amused when something needs to be lifted or carried and people, men, doubt my ability or strength when I could probably lift more than them and more safely. It's frustrating, but I usually, hey, work or not work. Good point. Yeah. You know, when we were starting Grit Gym, I had bought all these kettlebells, right? And kettlebells come in, like, they're awkward, right? But they still come in boxes. You know, how else are you going to ship them? But they still come in boxes, so you don't know which end is up. Thanks. But they come in boxes, and so my parents showed up at the gym when I'm trying to do all this stuff with myself because I'm overloaded, my brain's not working, and I can't, delegation. I can't delegate to anybody. And Janet and Myron walk in and they say, can we help with anything? And they were really wanting to help. And I was like, you can't help with anything. I'm freaking out. I think I had probably about 24 hours before people showed up. Anyway, so all the kettlebells were at the UPS store. And so I said, you can do me a favor. You can go pick up all those kettlebells. So they show up and the lady at Eska, whatever, I don't know who's there. My mom walks in, and if you know Janet, she is a boss. She is strong. She is strong-willed. She is the epitome of what most women are probably going for. She is an amazing person. And like, I say that, like, I have never been a mama's boy. We clashed all the time. And it wasn't until I actually got to see her in here where the respect started to grow, because I got to see her for who she really is instead of seeing her as this opposition to, you know, stupid teenager, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, she walks in and the woman at the counter says, oh, you might want to go get your husband. These are pretty heavy. And if you can imagine, Janet didn't blow up, but she was just like, I got this. And she just went in and started picking up kettlebells, which is badass. But it's just so funny. Like, all the guys are, I think sometimes they're trying to be chivalrous, like I am. You know, I had a girl get really mad at me one time when we went out on a date, and she like flips out. I'm like, see, that's not feminism. It's not feminism to get mad at me because at a dude for opening your door. You know, it's not mad. It's not feminism to get mad at somebody because they were trying to be nice. You know, it's silly. But anyway, dudes are like, they just have this assumption that you're weak and female because that's what society puts on you, and it's bullshit. It's absolute crap. Women can be strong. It is your duty. I think as a female, it is your absolute duty to lead by example and be the absolute strongest, most incredible version of yourself. And I think you do that by inspiring yourself to have the experience you want in your life, not living the life that you could have had, but the life that you want to have, that you desire to have, that you deserve to have. But our strength training, like, to get off, removing from my soapbox, that was fun. Removing myself from my soapbox, Are all strength training programs created equal? And how do we create a program that is actually good instead of like these there's just so much junk out there, there's just so much junk. So strength training programs, if we're really looking at a program, what are people messing up on? They're lifting too light, they're lifting too heavy, or they're not lifting at all. So the body does not like maximal loads. The body does not like to lift too light. If you're a beginner, you can get by with about 40% of your 1 rep max, but that doesn't last for long. That's only gonna last about 4 weeks. Now, what's up, guys? All the Regina guys are here. So that's only going to last about maybe like 4 to 6 weeks. I don't know. It's just not going to last for very long. So what do you got to do? So we need to lift heavy, but we need to lift smart. So you're designing your own program, right? This is another thing where people mess up is they look at muscle confusion. Muscle confusion is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. It's based on changing your workout up every single time, no matter what. Your body wants to learn the exercise. Otherwise, it's not going to get better at the exercise. You know what I mean? So we could do research. Your body can continue to get better from the same exercises for 10 weeks. Most people are going to be in that 3 to 10 week period where they're going to start having diminishing returns. Depending on how long you've been lifting, really elite lift to change it a little bit less, or within a little bit less time. Now, but that's like I guarantee that Eddie Hall is deadlifting multiple times per week. It's cool to see the hearts go across the room, guys. On Instagram, the guys are blowing up. Nice, dude. When you guys hit that like button and you send stuff across the screen, it's pretty cool. It's definitely fun. But so what do we do? We have to create sub-maximal loads. Sub-maximal loads work much, much better for your strength training program. So let's say that you can deadlift 200 pounds just because it's an easy number. So 200 pounds, so a sub-maximal load would be like going up to 185 for a day. So you're only working up to a weight where you feel like it feels like a load, but it doesn't feel like you cannot do it or that you're pushing the boundaries of your, hey, Taylor, Trent's here, Evan's here, and El Nico made an appearance. What's up, guys? But your body wants to go into these sub-maximal loads. It doesn't want to go into these super maximal loads. If you go into these super maximal loads, you're doing anything to get that bar to go up, or the dumbbells or whatever implement you're using. Sub-maximal loads, you're staying in that good position and you're getting good reps. Going back to the football analogy, if you're coaching a group of football players, what are you going to do? You're going to do a walkthrough. You're going to do some drills. You're going to do this your A team against your practice squad. You're going to do very, very, very few live goes where you're going at game speed. You want to be going at game speed against in every situation, but you don't want to go with this crazy level of your A team versus your A team, your A team offense versus your A team defense. You don't that would be like if you can deadlift 200 pounds for 1 rep and you're trying to do that every single week, but your body eventually is going to say, hey, we're trying to give you an injury so that you stop being stupid and treat me like an idiot. Your body wants to have guidance, not the other way around. If you guys are just coming in, please share this out. Please share this out to everybody you know. Actually, we are almost over our time, so I'll have to wrap this up pretty quick. But sub-maximal loads are better. If you take 4 weeks, let's say you take 3 weeks. Take 3 weeks, take 3 of your lifts. You don't even have to do all of them. Take 3 of your lifts. So let's say you're going to do your bench, your squat, your deadlift. Those are pretty easy. Those are like powerlifting standards. Your bench, your squat, and your deadlift. Only do those let's say 3 days out of the week. So you're going to do bench on Monday because everybody does bench on Monday. You squat on Wednesday and you do deadlift on Friday. And you're only going to work up to a weight that feels comfortable. I mean, it feels heavy, but it feels it doesn't feel super heavy. It feels manageable. So you're going to work up to that weight for 3 weeks. You're just going to do that. So you're going to end up doing these exercises 3 times. On your 4th week, knock it out. Go up as heavy as you possibly can. I almost guarantee you that you blow your 200-pound max deadlift out of the water. Usually because you gave your body time to practice. You gave your body time to learn. Your body wanted to learn It didn't want to sit there and scream at you, telling you to stop, stop, stop. It wanted to learn. Strength is a practice. It is a coaxing. It is not forcing your body into submission. You know, most people are lifting way too heavy, or they're lifting way too light, BS, or they're not lifting at all. Strength training is the way to almost all things in the physicality of health. You know, exercise, you can get into cardio. You only need to do that 1 day a week. You can get into your alactic glycolytic stuff, depending on what your goals are. You know, if you're looking for fat loss, you need to probably have 2 or 3 days a week of that. If you're looking for strength gain, which all of us need speed, power, and strength. Every single one of us on the face of the earth need to practice these. Then we need to be going at least 2 to 3 days a week of strength training. You know, combining I think we went over this in another video, but trying to combine your strength training with your cardio is futile. It doesn't work. That's not real strength training. If you're out of breath when you approach the bar for a squat or whatever type of implement you're using, that is no longer strength. That is cardio. But that's the basis of everything that we're going to go over today. If you guys have any questions, you can write them in. I'll talk here for about 45 seconds. So go ahead and riddle me with those. But strength training is a practice. You hold on to speed for about 3 to 5 days. You hold on to strength and power for about a week to 2 weeks. And you hold on to your stuff for about 3 to 4 weeks. But you hold on to endurance for an extremely long period of time, almost 2 months. So do you need more endurance training? Do you need more alactic glycolytic? Do you need more speed power or strength power, or do you need more speed? You need the stuff that you don't hold on to very well. It's very, very important to have those. But if you're lifting too much all the time, back it off. Just back it off and get a plan together. Because walking into the gym not knowing what to do is stupid. I used to work at a big box gym. I know how it goes. You got the pretty girl that's wearing hardly any clothes, walking around trying to get the eye of all the old dudes. And then you've got the dude that carries his notebook around and his gallon of water with his what do you call that, the weight belt on, and he writes the same thing down every single time. I did calf bicep curls. I did leg extensions, and he never moved, and he never changes it. He rewrites it down every single time, and he does the same exact exercise every single time. And then he drinks out of his gallon of water for some reason, because someone told him that because a sports drink kind of water a day is a good thing. And then you've got everybody else that's kind of walking around, just kind of moseying around, like, do I do this? Do I do that? I don't know. Old habit. And then you just, like, those are your lifters, you know? You have the people that are the dudes that do bench 3 days a week. They never row. They never do any upward rotation work. They never, you know, they just do bench and curl, and maybe they hit squats 1 day out of the month. They never have a plan. You have to have something, and you have to have a plan for how you're going to progress your exercises and when you're going to change them. But that's just some of the stuff. You know, like, the big takeaway from today: maximal loads are dumb. They are so dumb. Maximal loads are dumb. You want to work sub-maximal loads most of the time, and then once in a while you go ahead and you go all out, you grip it, you rip it, and you hit it as heavy a weight as you possibly can. But you're only going to do that pretty infrequently. We're going to sign off, guys. We've gone over, I tried to keep these under 30 minutes, and we're almost to 40. So thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Please send this out to everybody that you know. We do this to inspire the experience that you want to live. Hopefully you can break down some of your own personal status quo barriers and build upon the life that you've already built for yourself. But anyway, I appreciate it. And thanks, guys. See you soon.